Hi guys. I decided to do this video about the awakening because I get so many questions about what it is and what it means. And so I wanted to share my take on it or my experiences about the awakening, if you will. Well, a few years ago, um, I experienced this presence at my desk and I didn't know what it was. So I just termed it as the angels came to visit me because again, I didn't have the information or the correct wording to use now to explain this process. So later, maybe a week later, I received another visitation from these beings, and they begin to ask me like, who are you and where did you come from? And so me, knowing I like to talk, and for some reason I wasn't afraid. Maybe I was shocked a little bit because I'm like, who is this speaking to me? But they were asking me the questions, and I couldn't answer because I was like, I don't know. I was told that I'm a slave from Africa and so forth. So they left, and I didn't see them for a few weeks, and then they came back, and they were letting me know, you cannot know us until you know you first. And that made so much sense to me because it's like, how can I know anyone else if I don't truly know who I am? So they began to tell me that I, along with, many others, we fell down to planet Earth billions of years ago. Excuse me. And so now the soul part of us is dead. And that's what the awakening is. They have alerted us and our solar realm to become awakened so that we can become aware of who we are and who it is that created us. And so I was totally taken aback because I was, raised in a Christian home, Church of God in Christ, or the Sanctified Church, if you will, and all of this that was taking place in my life was totally different. So, but now I know that the awakening is us, as it states in the verses, the dead in the Christos, or the fire of the Christ, or we shall rise first before the end of this procession, or the end of the world. So we most definitely are the dead ones that are awakening from this matrix, or awakening from this illusion that we are down here on earth. And so the body, the metamorphosis, just like the butterfly, it will automatically take place, without you even knowing, because it's all in the hands of the source, of the great mother. So I wanted to share my experiences, because it's happening to so many people, and they're being laughed at, and they're being pushed away, because they don't know what's going on. But again, it's the soul of us that has been buried. And we can see that in the Egyptian mummy movies, and we can see that in the Kemetic sciences. That further explains this state of consciousness phenomenon that's going on, the low state of consciousness, if you will. We are dead because of that. We can't see the higher realms of the consciousness. We can't see the higher beings because we are that fallen sun, that fallen star. And another thing I saw was that within us, we are giving birth to that soul again. And it's in me, it was the fire, and it was wrapped in a burning, it's like a black coal, because everything is pretty much carbon or dark energy, or as we say down here, everything is black. And that was true. But in that coal, it was fire. And so we are the most definitely the fallen ones. And also I can remember reading in the book to where it says, and I saw Satan fall from the heaven, or from space, the higher realms. Well, that was us, our planet, Saturn, if you will. We fell down. We are the asteroids, the stars that fell down, because we came detach from the great mother's thought process and we started thinking evilly or wickedly. That's also explained in the story of the creation story of the Atum and the evolution thereof, or as we colloquially say down here, the Adam and Eve story. So we are the fallen ones. We fell in a deep state of sleep because there is no such thing as death. Energy, we're energy. We are neither created nor destroyed. So that aspect of us, that facet of us called the soul, or this is short for the solar system within us, our own bodies must become awakened again and aligned with the universe. And so when I learned this information, again, I was taken aback, but I didn't reject it this time. I received it because I know it was true. It was real. It was actual. It was happening before me, just like anything else, just like I'm speaking, on this video, just like I would watch TV. It was real. So we fell on planet Earth. And so now we are automatons, or we are the sleepwalkers in this body because our soul is dead. The soul is lost. And the body is mobilized by the carbon copy of the soul, which is the spirit realm. It's just like a battery. And once that battery dies down, then if we didn't correct all of and pay all of our karmas, then we'll get incarnated back down here in prison or the city of the dead to go through all of the process all over again until we learn of who we are. And so once I grasped that concept, I've been awakening ever since. I've been going through the processes. I mean, it's not something that's easy, but it has to be done because I don't want to stay down here and be a part of the low life conscious beings that's down here, because the people that runs this planet are also spiritual beings known as the snake children, and they run this plane in the bodies of the world rulers, or we may say the royal family or the Vatican. They're the one that's running and running this planet using those bodies. And when we fell down here, they know who we are because we just got entrapped into a physical lockdown. Our energy has been slowed down, and about 90% of our powers have been taken away until we awaken it. So that's why it's also so difficult to awaken and accept the awakening, because these beings have us deeply in this illusion, and we're thinking we're down here in life and everything that we do is real. We're married, we go to college, we da 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 da, and none of that is real. We're the ancient ones. We are the fallen ones. We are the Enochians, if you will. We are those who walk with the quote unquote God, because we know there's no such thing as that term in itself. We have a sources that comes from the elements, the earth, wind, water, and fire, etc. And all of the elements that's on the periodic chart as well. We are all of that in some. But we can't access those higher powers being on lockdown in this body. And, the body runs off of a brainwashing program, if you will. We're programmed on how to think, what to think, and everything is given to us. And that doesn't sound like a high conscious being to me. That sounds like a robot. We do everything that we're told to do. And I'm so excited that I was chosen to awaken during this time, and because I just can't bear another incarnation. I do not like planet Earth being in this body. So I can't wait to get back to my original body. We are the ancient beings. We are the fallen ones. And if we don't awaken, we most definitely are going to get caught up in the destruction that's headed towards planet Earth. I saw all of that too, and what's to take place and what lies ahead. But that's another video. But that's what the awakening is. It makes us aware of everything that's going to happen, because once that eye opens, our third eye or our single eye or the pineal gland, however you want to label it, is totally fine. But that force that's within us that gives us the capacity to awaken and so that we can know everything that's going on, that has to take place, or else we're going to be caught up with the other sleepwalkers. They don't know, they're not going to know what hit them, because they are in love with the Matrix. And I once was in love with the Matrix. I love so-called going out partying, oh, this is my family, oh, this is that. None of that exists. I'm telling you, everything is a lie, because the spirit the spirit is not on planet Earth. It's on a it's on a lower dimension. It's the body. The body is on the superficial plane of planet Earth, but the soul is down in the deep. And we must recover all of the versions of us, and they must be one, because they all are a part of our internal solar system. And we can't do that if we remain asleep, like spiritual, like natural soul, like spiritual soul. That's the main purpose of the body, is to show you that, hey, this body didn't come from that heavenly place that we fell from, but that spirit realm, all of that, the spirit and the solar body did. Now we in this great illusion, thinking we in these cities and we're watching all of these games and we're partying and dancing, and we're not. Truthfully, we're not. The spirit of us is down in the tunnels, in the city of the dead. And all that's this illusion, this glamour has been plastered over the city of the dead. It's like the icing on the cake. And I saw two black people, a black man and a black woman. They stand before this well. And then this well are the tunnels or the grave by which the spirits become trapped. And we have to go through all of these tunnels until we come to that tunnel on the other side of the tunnel to make it out. But again, this city is ran by ancient beings. They come, they are disguised. Because, how would we know? You're not awakened to know that you're in a city, a destroyed city that's already been destroyed. We're fighting over the spoils down here, because planet Earth, no one of higher consciousness, the higher beings, the light beings, doesn't live down here. They guard this plane, because the Great Mother has, her children are here. We've been trapped down here, so of course our families want us back home. She wants us back home, and again, it's high time to wake up out of this illusion. We're down here in the city of the dead. We're down here in the spoils. No one in their right state of consciousness live here and travel through these fiery wormholes. Granted, we're dead down here, so everything is cold. And again, you fell down here head first. You're backwards. We're walking around here upside down and backwards. So everything we were taught was a lie, and that's what the awakening is. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to comment. If you like any more of my videos, please subscribe. And I most definitely will be sharing my experiences. Sorry about my voice. I have a sinus infection, unfortunately. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be sharing other experiences, and hope that you guys will share yours as well.